Hello children, how are you? I hope you're all doing good. So today we are back with another story, a very interesting story for all of you. Are you all ready? Excited? I am very excited. So let's begin. So let's see what do we have today. So we have with us young learners easy to read moral stories. And the moral story that we are going to be reading today is called Fufu Saves Water. And as you can see, this is a story written by Sangeeta Kaushik. And now it's time for us to start with the story, isn't it? Are you all ready? Okay, so let's begin. So as you can see in the picture, Fufu was a hippopotamus. Fufu was a responsible hippo. He was always careful not to waste anything at all, and water was one of them. He made sure that all the taps and pipes in his house worked well and none of them leaked. So whenever next time you hear a voice going like this, tap, tapak, tap, tapak, you'll get to know that one of your pipes or taps is leaking. So just make sure all your pipes and taps are working well all the time. So let's see what happens next. Fufu was good friends with his neighbor, Mr. Foxy. One day, Fufu was watering his plants. This is how he was watering his plants, and suddenly he heard the sound of water flowing. And then he looked around. He saw a tap in Mr. Foxy's garden which was open. He saw that the tap in Mr. Foxy's garden was open. The bucket under the tap was filled up and water was overflowing from it. Zzz, zzz, zzz. And Fufu said, "Oh my God! What a waste!" And then he went to see what Mr. Foxy was doing. Fufu saw Mr. Foxy sleeping in the hammock. Fufu did not want to disturb him. He was snoring very loudly. Fufu did not want to disturb him, so he went into the garden and turned the tap off. The next day, he told Mr. Foxy about the overflowing water. Mr. Foxy thanked Fufu. "Thank you, Fufu. Thank you so much." And he promised to be careful in the future. Did he keep his promise? Let's see. So a few days later, this is what happened. Fufu saw Mr. Foxy washing his car, and the water went and he went over to greet him, but his smile vanished. Mr. Foxy was busy washing his car, showing no concern about the water being wasted from the open hosepipe. Fufu went to Mr. Foxy and said, "Mr. Foxy, please turn off the tap. Using hosepipe was for washing car wastes a lot of water. You should use a pail for washing your car. It helps in saving water." Mr. Foxy closed the tap. He laughed and said, "Fufu, you worry so much. It's just water. We have enough water." Fufu replied seriously, "No, Mr. Foxy, we should not waste water. It is precious. Save every drop, as each drop counts." So one day, Fufu went out for some work and returned home late in the evening. He saw Mr. Foxy standing at his gate. He looked worried. In fact, Fufu asked him, "Is everything all right, Mr. Foxy?" Mr. Foxy replied, "I have left the tap open again, and now the water tank is empty. There is not a single drop of water in my house." continued. I know you had warned me many times. Can I take water from your house? Mr. Foxy was really feeling ashamed of himself. Fufu smiled and said, Yes, Mr. Foxy, I will give you water, but only if you promise never to waste it again. Mr. Foxy replied, Yes, I have learnt my lesson. And indeed he had. He never wasted water after that day. So children, what do you think is the moral of the story? If you've guessed it, put it down in the comment box. Yes? Any guesses? Okay, so the moral of the story is use water carefully. Why? Because water is precious, it's very valuable, and each drop counts. With that, we come to the end of our story. Hope you enjoyed the story. Till we meet again. Bye-bye.